What's up, guys? Victory, victory, victory. The Chicago Bears beat the Detroit Lions in convincing fashion. Could have even been a bigger lead, a bigger win, but hey, I'll take it. I went ahead and put up the Bears swag. I don't know if you guys remember from a few months ago, I had all the Bears swag up, but I took it all down because we went on a losing streak. The Bears are on a winning streak. I think it's the first winning streak in 2 years. Winning is 2 games in a row, and that's what we've done. So really happy about that. We have some items to ship out this Sunday. It is 46 items, $1,155. The store's coming back. I went 4 days cold turkey, 0 listings, 4 days in a row. Trust me, that'll not help your sales. The sales were okay, and then they dipped a little bit. So now they're kind of like climbing back up. I'm okay with it. I mean, my son had his birthday, Thanksgiving came. We have some family things going on. So it was kind of one of those things where, like, you know what? I'm going to just put eBay on the back seat. I'm also building another couple businesses. So that takes some time as well. And yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We got Bill's Buys, evening all. First person in the chat. Welcome, people. Come on in. Bring it on in. If you guys are true fans, you would have caught my video I put out earlier today. That was me just on the computer. I was just shipping items, or no, I was listing items, had the camera on. I think I'm going to incorporate more of those, but I need to figure out, like, how much do you want to see of me and how much do you want to see of, like, me doing the listing? Because I don't like the little inbox of me while the web page is going. I kind of like the full shot of me or the full shot of the web page because you can see it more clearly. So I think I'm going to try to perfect that style of video, and maybe I can do that once a week. Maybe I can do like a shipping video like I am now once a week. And then maybe I can also do, like a what sold or a sourcing video because, yeah, I like sourcing videos. And StreamYard is coming in hot. So it does look like I'm able to show the comments for the first time. StreamYard. I'm so happy. So, yeah, we got some people coming in the chat. And yeah, this is pretty cool. James, you're on there. Hello, all. We got Ping G in here. Bill's Buy says, good to catch a live. It's been a while. Well, hey, I run them every Sunday, but depending on the Bears game, Chance. Hey, Sean. Hey, Chance. Good to see you in. I run them every Sunday. So I also want to invite somebody to come on. We need to have 2 people in here. My friend, Brian Roning. If you saw his recent video, go check out his YouTube channel, Brian Roning. It's his name for his channel, but he put out a video. He's in a house now. So he was in a 1-bedroom apartment. I know a lot of people are running an eBay business part-time or in a small area. He was in a 1-bedroom full-time for many years. I think it was 1-bedroom, maybe it's 2-bedroom apartment. Anyway, he's now in a house. He's going to have a setup similar to mine. And yeah, he's got a journey going. He's going to come on. He's kind of like my partner in crime. But if anyone else wants to come on, I will send you the link. Just hit me up on I don't know, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, anywhere where I can send you a link where it's not just in the chat. Or I guess I could put it in the chat. And then if you're game to come on and hang out, then I'll let you in. So I'm going to put that in the chat. I mean, why not? Why not? Copy. And we'll pin the comment because I don't mind having people on. I'm actually looking forward to it. Put user in timeout. Hang on a second. There's the thing. Let me see if I can star it. I don't know if I can pin it. Maybe I'll do it on here. Let me do it on this one. We'll do it over here. So I have like 2 different areas here where I'm putting stuff. Pin message. There we go. All right. Yeah. If you guys want to come on, let me know. Make sure your audio is good. Make sure your visuals are, decent. You're combating, like you're going to have to, I don't know, make sure it's just like clear, not like, I don't know. I don't want somebody on that's not on camera. That'd be kind of weird. Alex Trevino, what's up, Sean? You're working out at the end, caught me off guard. Yeah, so if you guys watched the video I put out today, I was doing some bicep curls and I was doing some tricep push downs. And I put a video of my son eating. So my son and I, you got to like feed him a little bit of like a little, not a treat, but it's like a Rice Krispie type thing. And then you give him a spoon of like his regular food. So my wife actually got him to use the spoon on his own. So he was able to feed himself like slightly, he's still learning, but yeah, I want to throw some of that stuff in there just because, I don't know. I think it's cool to show like what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm training really hard. I am I'm really trying to increase the fitness. Like I was pretty fit before my son came along, and then I lost a lot of my fitness. I'm not swimming like I used to. I used to swim a couple miles a week. Now I don't swim anymore, but I'm doing weight training and trying to be a heavier person. I'd like to walk around at 180 is the goal. So we're gonna work towards that. That's what Alex was saying with the working out. Thrift Trippin' Mimi says, "Hi, Sean. Nice to catch you live." Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. We're going to ship some items. I got a bunch of items to ship. It's a little over $1,000, 1,155. And I'm going to ship a few because I do need to get work done. As much as I want to just sit here and like open up the floodgates and talk to everybody, I got to do some work, man. I got to get some work done. But I'm fired up. The Bears won. I'm like, it's funny because I usually just, have like a few beers with my dad and grandpa, but every time something really good happens, my dad will bring out the whiskey. So then we start taking a few shots. So usually, like if this was like 10 years ago, I would continue drinking into the night, but I have water because I know as an adult, it's good to just kind of like cut it off, save some in the tank. Like, next weekend's there'll be another Bears game. So we'll turn it back up. But until then, we need to kind of like dial it back. Like I got stuff I need to take care of, like this live, and my son and my wife, and everything's got to be you got to have a balance, when it comes to that kind of stuff. But dude, I'm fired up. The Bears beat the #1 Detroit Lions. They're #1 in the division, of course, and we took them down. So really happy to have that happen. Pink says, "I was going to take a nap and then got notification for the live." Well, thank you. That means she hit the bell notification. If you guys hit the bell, you'll get to know when I'm live, whenever I video drops, those types of things. Inglewood Deal says, "Hello, man. Good luck today with the Bears." Hey, they won. The luck has already happened. So thank you for wishing luck. But yeah, we took all the luck and we won. And I thought it was a great game, man. The defense stepped up. Justin made the plays when they need to be made. I cannot complain. All right. Man, I'm excited. Today's leg day, though, so I got to bust out some squats a little bit later. And those are always challenging. They're always challenging. Let's see. Nate from We Are Family says, "I'd come on. I'm packing on a Monday morning here." Monday morning? You must be on the other side of the globe. Well, happy Monday to you. Do you guys like Mondays? Are Mondays good days for you, or are they kind of like a drag? I wonder. Because I like Mondays. I like Mondays a lot. You know how people feel when it's a new year and they're like, oh, when 2024 comes, they're like, new year, clean slate, plenty of possibilities. That's how I feel on Mondays. I'm like, yep, fresh week, you can only go up from here. That's how I feel. So I'm excited about Monday. I don't know when Randy's working. Randy usually texts me on Sundays, figure out what day she's working. She usually works Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I got plenty of items for her to take photos of. I got plenty of items I need to list, which I'm going to do later tonight. Nate is in the studio. Nate, dude, I'm so happy you clicked the link. Let me put this one in. All right, guys. Historic moment is in the making. We've got, oh yeah, and I don't have the bag set up. It's in the car and I didn't feel like setting it up. So I'm just throwing them on the ground behind me. So if that offends anybody, which somebody commented saying like, yep, throwing packages, I'm out. And I was just like, all right, see you later. But yeah, let's without further ado, let's go with Nate. Go Bills. Nate, I'm going to add you to the stage, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell me something about you because I don't know you. You're a stranger. Let's have him on the stage. Let's go, Nate.
G'day.
Nate.
I saw the link come up, and I just know what it's like nowadays that people are just too scared to join random live. So I'm like, I've got to be that guy.
Heck yeah, Nate. Heck yeah. Looks like you're a Bills fan. Looks like you're in your inventory too. Let me know in the chat if there's any echo or any feedback on my end, because I don't know if I got to mute my other. I think we're good. Is it good on your end, Nate?
Yeah, it's sounding good. I do plenty of other lives, not any reselling lives, but generally just the phone up there in the corner, and I've got a ring light here, like an actual YouTuber type person.
So are you a YouTuber or what do you do other lives?
I was giving it a go for a while there and doing picking, packing videos and all that, but now I don't know if it shows up at all, but my YouTube channel name is We Are Family because my wife and I
Oh,
have
there you go.
twin
Yeah.
baby daughters. So I
Okay. So
normally
yeah,
pop on
this is
as We
you.
Are
This
Family.
is you. We are family. Monday morning. So I'm guessing you are in China.
Oh, got it in one.
Is it Australia? Is that the accent?
Australia, yes.
Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like people will say you have an Australian accent, and you're like, this is just how I talk. There's no accent here. You have the accent. This is just me.
Well,
Very
I
cool,
actually,
man.
I hung out in Indiana with some friends for about 6 weeks, and we're in West Memphis, and a busload of Australian tourists came in. And after they left, my friends looked at me and said, "Why don't you sound like that?" So I wasn't
Oh.
Aussie enough for them.
Oh, geez, like a
So
letdown Aussie. Cool, man. Well, hey, we're shipping items, man. It looks like so let me what's the breakdown? What time is it first off?
it is, or that's I've got two different times here. 9:35 because I live
Nice.
right on the border between. If anyone knows Australia, I live about a kilometre. That's going to confuse. I live
Yeah.
about a half a mile away from the New South Wales border, but I live in Queensland. So because of that, one of my phones always thinks because we've got daylight savings time in New South Wales, but not here in my state. So one of my phones always thinks it's in the other state, but it's
Yeah.
9:35 a.m.
Yeah, no, you lost me you said I have 2 times. That already kind of confused me because you're already not in the same or even remotely same place, but you have 2 time zones because of the location. So you can go back and forth in time depending on how far you drive across that line. All right, man.
Yes.
Well, hey, that's pretty crazy. The whole daylight savings thing is a trip because I think Arizona and Hawaii are the only 2 states in the US who do not acknowledge daylight savings. And then I think we actually voted on a motion where we're going to do away with it. And I don't know which way they're going to go because my friend Brian's in Arizona. And right now, I think we're 1 hour difference. And then sometimes we're 2 hour difference. So I don't know when they're going to vote on that, if that's actually like a thing. But yeah, it's honestly there's more detriment to the daylight savings in my opinion because people get real
Yeah.
anxious and they start speeding and then they're late and that whole day is kind of a wash for productivity for some. But yeah,
Well,
man, what do you sell, man? What do you
my
sell?
state tried it about 20 years ago. They did it for 3 years as a trial and then voted on it, and it got voted against. So, and I'm very happy. I think it's the most outdated, ridiculous thing. I get why some people like it. You know, they finish work. The people have the normal jobs. They
Uh-huh.
finish work and then they can, go out and especially I used to play a lot of disc golf, so people like that. But I just say do the opposite. Wake up early and go play a round before work. And it's lovely then. It's in the cool of the day. It's not boiling hot. But
Yeah.
I sell anything and everything, especially
You're
anything with a barcode. And when I say anything, I've actually sold colostomy bags. So I think once you go to that, there's no going back.
I hope they
And I
were
made quite a
new
handy
bags. I
profit
hope
on
they
them
were
too.
clean bags and not used colostomy bags.
Oh, they're all in boxes and all that. I actually bought them from, we have like the refuse, the garbage dump, whatever you want to call it. They actually have thrift stores attached to a lot of them. And it
Okay.
was so I bought colostomy bags from the dump and sold them for good money on eBay.
Nice, nice. Yeah, that's I think Mel, she's the holding the torch for the Aussie YouTubers, and she mentioned that y'all have thrift stores around the landfills where
Yeah.
that's like the perfect place for it too. Let's get to some
Oh,
people in the
definitely.
chat though, real quick, because I saw some offensive comments right here. Disgruntled octopus. That's a strange accent. Well, disgruntled octopus, you have a strange name. So equally to you. And then we
I think
have
he's an Aussie as well.
oh, he is? That would explain it.
Yes.
Okay, so he's just jabbing at you there. I hear 2 more orders to pack up so I can ship in the morning. I hear you got 2 more orders to pack up. Okay. Yeah, Bill buys. I got a lot of orders to pack up, man. Ready for Cowboys Eagles, says Chance. Yeah, I hope the Eagles do the tush push into the Cowboys tush, if you want to call it that way. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I enjoy when the Cowboys lose because then everyone in this city state is depressed and it makes me happy. Bass and coffee. How come you don't do men's pants as well, or do you? No, yeah, I definitely do. I actually have a pair of Jack Archer pants. If you guys didn't know Jack Archer, that's a really good one to look out for. And I don't know. I mean, I just when I come across them. Now, I'll tell you this, the dress pants section is very slept on because there's a lot of outdoor gear, and then there's also a lot of like Lululemon-esque, meaning like it feels nice, right? And those sell for more money. Now, the standard like grandpa pants, I like to call them, those are terrible. But
Grandpa. Yeah.
yeah, I definitely go through the pants section. Now, the jean section, they up the price quite a bit. So it's a little harder to find profitable jeans to resell. But no, I'm not against it. I think Randy would prefer to just do like polos because there's no buttons to button up and they're a lot easier to manage. But you know, she'll list whatever I put in front of her, or she'll photo whatever I put in front of her. And yeah, man, there's profit all over the place. We got Miss Tempting Treasures says, got to be able to throw those packages. That's what the shippers do. Yeah, I remember talking to the post office, not the one I go to now, but the one that's downtown. They said they have throwers. That's what they call them. People that just throw packages. So it's a thing. It's a thing. Do not think that I'm the only person going to throw this package. It'll be thrown a couple times before it reaches its destination, to be sure.
I can't say I'm a Bear fan either, but at the start of this year's fantasy football season, I definitely wanted to get Fields on as many teams as possible. He hasn't done what I hoped he'd do, but I always said that he was the good, the roll of the dice guy. He can get you 5 points or he can get you 50.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He's an X factor with his legs. I think there's a couple things that could happen if we end up getting the number one pick, Carolina's pick. They're most likely going to go with Caleb Williams, but I really hope they get rid of the coaches. If they keep the coaches and get Caleb, that's a bad scenario. And then also if they ideally keep I don't even want to say keep the coaches, but keep Fields, then they can use those draft picks to get some better people.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I like Fields a lot. I think a leader of men, there's not many people that are better than him because he has the locker room. It's just quarterbacks take time to develop. They think they can come out of college and be great, but that's very rare. And it's also the hardest position in all of sports. Probably one of the hardest jobs in all of the world, if you think about it.
Plus, I think like Josh Allen for us, he's someone who nowadays a quarterback seem to come in on their legs like a Vince Young or Michael Vick and all that. Or even like Mahomes has sort of done himself as well. They come in on their legs, but then they get to be better and better and better passers. It's the ones that don't evolve that just keep running. They're the ones that have very short careers. Whereas at least now they're all starting to go, okay, well, I'm going to come in, I'm going to get drafted high based on my running ability, but then I'll learn to throw and get better at it. And that's what Fields is doing.
Well, and the coaching doesn't help because they called a lot of runs that he got smacked this game. So I wasn't really impressed with that. All right, we got somebody else in the studio. We're going to bring him on. His name's Jihad. Now, mind you, people, I don't know Nate other than today, and I don't know Jihad at all. So if just be forewarned, like, you know, it is a risk bringing people on. But hey, Jihad, we're going to bring you on, man. If you're ready to go, tell us who you are and what are you doing, like as far as business wise, and yeah, we'll give you the stage for a sec. Go ahead, man.
My name is Giovanni or Jihad, whatever. I'm the guy that was commenting the other night. I'm the guy with the Scully Western. Remember, I keep bugging you and asking you if my pickups are good, right? Remember?
Yeah.
Remember me?
Yeah. I remember.
No,
you bugged me a few times. I remember.
You always.
What's up, man?
I mean, you're in this business. You always got your phone on you. You're probably always ready to go. So I figured it's no issue to ask you once or twice. But I did want to show you guys my my humble inventory collection. I actually only just started. I only just started doing this thing like a month and a half ago or something.
Oh, you're fresh.
And,
yeah, you're fresh.
Well, I tried one time, like, how long ago was it, dude? It must have been like back in like 2016. I tried to like go and buy stuff, but I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what I was buying, or I barely even have an idea now. But I did want to ask you a few things, maybe for some of the noobs in the chat as well, noobs like me. I wanted to know if you've seen any of this stuff and if you thought this was cool. I know you mentioned Patagonia, what is like flannel. You said, I remember you saying that the ones that were hemp were like valuable. What about these organic cotton ones? Are these like cool, or what do you think? I paid $5 for this thing. Is this
Yeah, no, that's definitely a pickup at
Is that
$5.
legit?
Now, when it comes to Patagonia, when it comes to flannels, if it's a heavy flannel, you kind of consider that like, oh, this is definitely a flannel. Sometimes cotton shirts, long sleeve button shirts are thick and they seem like flannels. Now, with Patagonia, if it says hemp, I would use hemp in the title.
Yeah.
I like to use organic cotton because I do think people search organic because there's just those people out there that like that style.
Huh.
$5 is definitely a pickup. I go pretty heavy if it's like really cool looking. That one's more like, to me, doesn't look like that cool, but it's still a good pickup. I would list it around $30 and then
Yeah.
accept anything over like 15
Really?
plus shipping. Yeah. So
How long does it take for things to sell, dude? Because I've been listing so much stuff, and I'm selling like something every couple of days. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it should be selling faster, or I just get kind of nervous because it doesn't really sell. Like, how long should it be taking? Is it an issue that I'm like kind of new at this, and I'm like some random dude on eBay with no, no
Yep.
following, no name?
yeah. I can tell you this, my following my YouTube following does not affect my sales that much. It probably makes it worse because people look at my store and don't buy a lot of the times, but I did add my store link. So if you guys want, click my store link. If you buy something on eBay, whether it's from my store or anywhere else, I get a kickback. So please do that. I tried to combat
Dude, I've been trying to stalk you, dude. I've been trying to stalk your store and I haven't been able to find it. I freaking searched for your name. Where's your link at?
It's all in the descriptions of the videos now. I recently ran a test changing the name of my store, but it does not change the URL. Long story short, I have my links now in all the descriptions of my videos. So you can click that link and you can check the store out or hopefully go buy something from eBay. Now, when it comes to the speed of sale on items, what I try to remind people is like, just because you have a valuable item and it's priced correct, it doesn't mean it has to sell that day or that week. There's no rule in the world of what do you call it? Like the market. There's no thing that says your item has to sell. Like there's billion-dollar companies that are trying to sell stuff fast all the time. Like who's to say Joe Schmo in their closet takes a couple pictures of a shirt and prices it right, that it should sell on a platform that makes all kinds of mistakes and has all kinds of other sellers to balance. So just look at it as like $5 for that Patagonia. You are guaranteed to make money almost 100%. That's how I look at it. So then every time I buy, I know I'm investing to make money and it'll come when it comes. Now the pricing,
as I say in my stead, I'm not going to lose on that. That's what I think. There's no way you can lose on that.
It's impossible. I mean, it's close to impossible to lose unless you mess it up. Now, if you want to sell that thing quick, sell it for $10 plus shipping. You may make $2 or $3. But if you want to max the money, kind of put it close to the top of the market and then slowly lower the price. Like my last video, 2 videos ago, I put out how to decrease the prices each day or each month.
Right. And, I watched that. Of course, I watched that.
And take offers. So if you have it listed for $29.99 plus shipping and someone sends you an offer of $18 plus shipping, you need to accept it. Why? Because that might be your only shot.
Sorry. Sorry. I was just going to say, I actually was about to list that one, but then
All right, Nate, it's you and me, man. We lost Jihad. All right. He was just about to list it and cut the mic. It's okay, though. Let's get to some people in the chat. I don't want to let you guys down. I know a lot of you guys like your questions answered. And I don't want to lose everything. Let's just we'll answer one.
I like to think of myself as a good. When I come on, I'll talk a little bit here and there, but then I know the host has to listen to the chat as well. That's vitally important.
Pink says there's an area in Indiana that we didn't have a DST. I don't know if it's still true. Not sure what DST is, Pink, but go ahead, finish your point, Jihad. You're saying. All right. Okay, Jihad's out of commission right now. We got
I'm in the outback of Australia and my internet is flying like crazy. Come on.
Some people have spotty internet, okay? Sometimes they're in places where they can't get it. But
I'm relying on satellites here.
Well, Elon's trying to fix it in the US. He's trying to put satellites all over. So let's hope that happens. I don't know where he's at exactly. Brian Rowan, what up? Ryan put out a new video. If you guys didn't know, Brian Rowan's got a YouTube channel. Check his video out. I think it was pretty good, man. I'll tell you this though. You banged on the table so many times, Brian. I was gonna call you this weekend. I was gonna talk to you tomorrow about it. You banged on the table a lot. But other than that, dude, I could feel the energy. I could feel the juice. Like you got some things rolling. So I'm excited for you, bud. I'm really ready to see you knock this stuff out. Junior Joyce says, share your traffic numbers. Okay. What kind of numbers do you want? Do you want like impressions? Do you want like, what do you mean traffic? Like impressions? Is that what it is? I don't honestly look at those numbers that much because ever since I got on YouTube, a lot of people started looking at the store, and I can tell you it did not help. It didn't help the numbers that much. But because you asked, we will go ahead and we'll check them out, man. I don't know which ones you want. We're at $198,000 for the year in sales. Traffic, it's at 2,887,000 impressions. So conversion rate is 2%. Listing view pages is 30,000. Click-through rate's 1%. So there you go. Wendy Foster says, I just started.
That's the only number that matters.
The 90-day. I don't think that's the. Yeah,
well,
I don't
not
think
the only, but that's
the one from the computer, Nate, is the one that matters because that one doesn't show returns and all kinds of stuff. It's the computer one.
Oh, I don't get many returns actually.
As an everything seller, weird. You don't. I got all kinds of returns as an everything seller. That's good, man.
I had one person returned the DVD because they opened it up. This one doesn't even have them. They open up a DVD and one of these tabs here was broken, even though it was a 1-disc DVD. Didn't even need the tab, and they returned it. I'm just like, bite my tongue.
No, I know, and there's nothing you can really do about it either. Wendy says, I just started consistently selling 1 to 2 items a day with 225 listings. That's pretty good. You said after about 3 months. Okay. Oh, daylight savings time from Pink, Indiana says you don't know if they have it. Got you. Brian says, dude, you don't have to tell me. I know. Well, dude, I mean, but you post the video, but I get it, dude. I get it. I just, yeah, man, I was ready for it though. I'm glad you put it out, man. That's the biggest thing. It's hard to produce videos. Yeah. Joyce says impressions. We're at 2,887,000. And a lot of that's from being on YouTube. A lot of people look at that stuff. I don't know why.
I always find it funny though. Around this time every week, you come on and do your packing and all that, and you're a big advocate. You always say, do it Sunday nights, not Monday mornings. And I always find it ironic because I'll be packing at the same time, but I'm doing it Monday morning. So it's like, well, I'm doing it at the same time as you, just not at the same time.
Well, as a volume seller, you get into the trap of like, I don't pack like Saturday, right? And then come Sunday, I have all of Friday afternoon, evening sales, and then I have Saturday sales, then Sunday sales. So if I don't pack, then Monday morning, I spend like way too much time packing. And it's kind of like, I don't want to spend my time packing. Randy can ship items, but I'd rather have her do photos because that's prepping items and doing photos is it's more valuable, I think, to the business. So it's a chore, there's a lot of ways to look at it, but whenever I had my full-time job, I always packed items every night. And then Sundays, I'd always have everything packed. So it's kind of like a routine that I kind of built in. And honestly, like Sunday nights after the Bears, like it's pretty chill. I mean, my wife and son and I, we do stuff on Saturdays a lot. That's kind of like the main day. And then, if something comes up Sunday, we will, but yeah. So
well, I'm going to be full-time dad. I'm going to be full-time dad in 2 months' time. And my wife will definitely be working Mondays and Tuesdays. So I'll be having to alter my work weeks as well to work around. So I'll probably be packing Sunday nights as well then.
Dang. Full-time dad duty, man. I couldn't do it. We take him to daycare. I couldn't do it. My wife's a career woman. She likes working. So she's not one to stay at home kind of thing. And I see the benefits of staying home because then you know exactly what's happening with your kid. But honestly, the world is about overcoming situations, like having that type of conflict. And I think it's important for, him to be at daycare and have some type of issue with a kid and have to solve it, whether it's amongst themselves or just with a mediator coming in. If they're just by themselves with mom or grandma, they don't have that type of struggle. And I think that's really how you get better as a person is by overcoming adversity. So, and the daycares know like where they should be at. And as my wife and I, as a first-time parents, we don't know like when to do certain stuff with the kid, like when to start having him use his own spoon to eat rather than a spoon feeding. Like we don't really know. So it does help having the daycare's assistance. But yeah, full-time dad duties. How old is your kiddo?
We got two. We got identical twins.
Twins?
That's what most of my channel is now about, is just random videos about the twins and all that.
Okay, I got you.
They're 7 months old.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, you're right in the thick of it. Okay. So Julie says, take a deep breath and explain to people what sales calc is. Between sales calc and pirate ship, there's so much money on the table. It's crazy. So I don't know what you mean by sales. I mean, I don't know what you mean by money on the table. So the sales calc is a website you can go to. And what it does is it shows you, you can input the numbers for like the cost of the item. If you're a top rated seller, it does the percentage discounts, and then you can add in your shipping costs for each individual item. And I would recommend, if you have no idea what your numbers are, use sales calc for each item when you're either before you buy it or before you sell it. So you have an idea of what kind of money you're making. And also you have to pay taxes on that profit. A lot of people, for some reason, think taxes don't need to be paid or don't exist, but that's kind of ludicrous in my opinion. So as far as money on the table, pirate ship, she's talking about, there's box in a bag method. There's methods of cubic shipping that you can save money on shipping. So if you are constantly using like the flat rate bubble mailer, I think you're paying too much money. I think you could use the envelopes, and then pirate ship, you can see, like, I remember one time I was sending a VCR. This was years ago, to Hawaii. It was $56 and I used pirate ship and it was $12. So that's the type of thing that Julie's talking about there. But sales calc, yeah, type in sales calc eBay. You can find the website and bookmark it and use it to your advantage. I'm going to get to Jihad's comment because we kind of lost him. Internet couldn't handle the heat. I wanted to ask if you like Cutter and Buck, or if you think it's too low volume to bother listing. I do not buy Cutter and Buck. That is not one for me. Lucas comes in and is saying, Cutter and Buck, no. Buck Mason, yes, but always an exception. I mean, Buck Mason and Cutter Buck have nothing in common other than Buck. Buck Mason's really good, unless they're in the same line of clothing. But no, Buck Mason is really good. I've only found it a couple times. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Cutter and Buck. Nope. Joyce says, awesome, thanks. You're welcome. Disgruntled Octopus says, I have a 0.25% return rate. People must be scared of the octopus. Yeah, I mean, I think that's 0.25%. I think they're definitely afraid. Yeah. And I mean, people are so used to returning items thanks to Amazon, and just like people's quick, it's just kind of like, oh, that figure that sent the item that came to me, it's nobody. So let's just return it because they're billionaires or whatever they want to think. And that's totally not true. Okay. Let's see. Wendy says, does everyone get majority of the sales on the weekend? I would say so for most new everything sellers, but I would say, as like in my position, the answer is no. It's almost it's kind of eerie how consistent it is, and I think it's just eBay knows how much I list when they see it, and they know how much eyeballs to show my items to, and then it kind of just like balances out. The only time it's more is whenever I have a high dollar sale, which
that is fact right there. No matter what I do with marketing or sales or listings and all that, I seem to average the same amount.
Yeah.
If I push it really hard, I'll average one or two more a day. If I don't do anything, one or two less. But
exactly.
Yeah,
it
doesn't seem to make much of a difference.
Yeah, and it's like listing consistent, you kind of get consistent results if the items are somewhat consistent. And then if you like, for example, whenever I went so many days having zeros as far as listings go up, it was steady, and then it kind of dropped right off. So that's kind of what happened with me. But yeah, I don't know. I remember I used to look at, like, when I started selling, I would look at how many views each item got. I was so concerned with, like, man, this needs to sell. Like, people are viewing it. Why is it not selling? I cannot tell you the last time I looked at the views on an item. Absolutely not. I mean, it doesn't even register in my brain to look at the view count. So just kind of know when you buy an item, that's kind of when everything happens. When you buy the item, you should know whether or not you're going to make money or lose money. If you don't know that, then don't buy the item till you figure that out, because that's everything. The rest of it is just the processing of it. It's the photos, the storage properly, the shipping, doing it on time. But as far as like how much money you should make, you should know a bare minimum when you purchase that item. That's why people say, I know a lot of the everything sellers will say something like, and I'm not like putting them in a category. It's just there's more of them on eBay than like just clothing sellers. I mean, not eBay, on YouTube. But they'll say stuff like, you make money on the buy. I know I watch the Trash to Cash podcast a lot. And Dave, Carrie, Kevin, they always say that. You make money when you buy the item in. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So,
Dave is an interesting one. He's one that you can learn just as much about what not to do as what to do.
Yeah. Dave
Bless
is
his heart, but yeah, he's a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty high level thinker for sure. I just think I have this thing too where when I bring, like, when stuff comes into my brain and I filter it, I exclude remembering a lot of stuff. And as much as it annoys my wife, there's a lot of stuff that I don't process because I tell her I only focus on what's really, really important. And then whenever I need to like shift tasks, I'll put more focus into that. But my general focus is on like building all the businesses and things like that. And my son, of course. But if it comes to like, oh, we were supposed to hang out with so-and-so and she told me a week and a half ago, I'm not going to remember that. Like, it's just not like at the highest of, processing for me. And I think Dave is on the far extreme end of that, but he's got a lot of it figured out as far as content goes and managing his life, because he's got 3 kids, man. So if you don't have kids out there, you should do better at this than balancing a family. It's a lot more difficult when you got other people that need attention, and but the highs with kids can be super high that you never reach as a single person, and then the lows, as far as them being ill or just problems happening, can be lower, I think, than most people can imagine.
We had an hour and a half screaming before bed last night, so yeah. And that was after a really early morning because we actually did a market yesterday, like selling at a markets, which was good because normally I go to the same market to buy. And only... Huh?
Did you say you went to a market in person, like a flea market?
Yeah, like we sold at the markets. They're only 5 minutes drive away from us. So, but once a year they do a combined market with like the crafty sort of markets.
Okay.
They do that and then have the second-hand people at the same one. So it's a massive market. But as we say in Australia, there's a lot of hands in pockets. So a lot of people looking, but like we still did okay, but not. It's funny because we're selling Funko Pops, which I get for next to nothing. So I was selling them for $5 for the unboxed one, $10 for the ones in the plastic covers and all that. We did pretty well. There was one about 5 stores up from us trying to sell Funko Pops for $20. So I'm guessing she had a rough day.
If you were the first stop before her, then yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, we undercut her tremendously, but yeah, when my buy cost was like $3.88, and this is like the lower, like the ones that aren't worth anything, I was just like, no, just clear them out $5, like get rid of the bulk, and then save the gems to sell on.
Is that from is it a game store that went out of business? You were able to buy a lot, or do you have a consistent supply?
No, there's a store in Australia called Pop Culture, and they do up these big giant boxes of 36. And during Black Friday, they were 30% off. So I bought a few as a gamble, and they in the past they've been full of a lot better than what they were this time. But at $3.88 for brand new ones, it's tough to not make money. And I think we did about $250, $300 in sales on the day. But we had other stuff for sale as well, but it was mainly at a whole bunch of like at one stage, I've got them right here, actually. I'm putting them all away right now. I did a good buy out of like all, do you have Philips Avent baby bottles?
Okay.
So these are made by Philips. I got like 10 different varieties of these. And at thrift stores around Australia, like the chemists were donating them to the thrift stores because they changed something about them. But you know what people with babies are like? If they like a certain type of bottle and a certain type of dummy pacifier, a certain type of tea, they want to buy it. So they've been doing pretty well. And I was buying like whole boxes of them, like this sort of box size.
Dang. Even though it had lead poisoning, you're still buying them?
I was buying them for $50 a piece from my local. So
wow. But yeah, I mean the recall stuff's a big deal though.
No, they're not recalled. They're not recalled. They just changed the design of
The
them, and some
style,
people
okay.
like the new design, some
Well,
people like
hey,
the old design.
there's somebody on social media. I think her name's called like Cosmic something, and her whole business is um, discontinued items. So like the
Oh
soaps,
yeah,
the
definitely.
detergents, the things like you're talking about. That's her entire business, and she's like a shark when it comes to finding those.
Like, you
D
guys
Tanner
have
said,
like Ollie's and places like that.
"Yeah, we have an Ollie's. I don't like it. That stuff gives me
Like
anxiety. Those types of stores.
90%
London
of it's
Fog
garbage, but 10% of it's stuff that people would still
would
want
use.
that's been gone.
I hear you. D Tanner's talking about London Fog being pretty classy. I always see the trench coats in that brand, but I never pick them up. Chance says, "G, just post items with high sell-through rates and try to build your feedback numbers." It's very good advice. Tino says, "Have you ever spoke with a brand you couldn't? Have you ever spoke a brand you couldn't into existence? Haven't found RL Big Pony in months. Then find it the same day I mentioned to somebody. Yeah, I mean,
I've seen you do
yeah,
that on
that's
videos. I've seen you walk into thrift stores and go, I'd love to find a blah, blah, blah. And then the
yeah."
next part of the video, you're like, oh, look, I found one.
Yeah, and
I've
some
seen
of
you
that's
do
like
it.
you know when you're like, oh, I haven't seen like this car drive around, and then you start seeing it everywhere. You're like, I haven't seen this, and it starts seeing it. It's a coincidental thing. I don't know if that's that true. Brian says when people send offers, I look at views to see if I should accept. Interesting. I suppose if you have a
I,
lot of watchers on it, you could be like, maybe I should not do it.
I
But
think
I'm
of how
I'm
long
more
I've
of
had it
the
listed
I
for.
look at how long it's been listed. I look at the SKU number, and if it's an old SKU, I'm like, okay, I'll take it. If it's newer, sometimes I counter, but nowadays I accept a lot of stuff. It's got to be a pretty cool item for me not to really accept the offer. But yeah. And then Tino says couldn't find. So you were talking about
You have best offers on everything.
every item. Yeah.
I don't get why people don't. Like that was I've started buying on eBay in like around the 98 area. And I started selling in about 2006. And back then it was auctions. I was running 500 auctions a week. And that was when digital cameras were bad. That's when I think it was the turbo lister that I was building up throughout the week. And then I'd download them all like within a couple of minutes of each other on the same day. And I'd have 500 auctions ending every Sunday. And to have be able to list stuff by it now with best offers, these are the glory times, people. I can tell you that compared to what I used to do to try and make a buck, best offer is the best thing imaginable. And be able to send out offers as well, of course.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have I don't know if it's recency bias or I don't even know how to explain it, but like when I had cell phones in high school, they didn't have apps. Like no apps existed. So 17 all Bills Chiefs, that's good. That's good. Yeah, phones didn't have apps, so it's like if you wanted to like check anything, you'd have to go to a web browser on your phone. The phones weren't very fast. And then
We used to have to
now,
know stuff when we were buying. We'd have to know what we we're buying or just guess.
true.
Like
Yeah,
the ability to scan barcodes. Oh my God.
and then
I'd have to
but
just
here's the thing,
guess.
like with that technology, everybody has it. So it's like you need to be better than everybody else by using it. So like when ChatGPT came out last November, like I got on it last December, I was thinking the whole time I was messing with it, I was like, how can I be an expert at using this tool above somebody else? And you know, the smartphone is just, it's like you're a cyborg. It's an extension of you, of your knowledge that you can acquire. But like, if you don't know how to use it, then you think you're as useless as not having it. But then if you are a master at it, then you can really, it's just a huge multiplier on like how talented you can be with what you're doing. So it's, you know, eBay, yeah, it had a lot of flaws early on. The technology wasn't great, but people say, well, you didn't have the competition, like nobody else was selling. And that's probably true. You probably could have done really, really well, but you had all the hurdles to deal with because the site could only flow so fast. So now it's lightning speed, and then people complain when stuff doesn't work or it glitches. It's kind of like, I mean, it's a lot better than what it was, you know. And the ability to make money, I can't tell you how many streams of income are coming in for me doing like different things that surely never existed a long time ago. Now it's kind of like how to do really well at a couple of those. And it's like you could take a short, right? Say you capture something amazing on video, like I don't know, just something spectacular. or something creative or something clever, or something just true, like a universal truth in a clever way. You could post that on all the social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and you can make money on every single one of those with the same piece of content. And it's like, yeah, of course you got to be monetized and like you can't do it right off the bat. What I'm saying is like when you get to the point where you can, everything you do can make money in some form or fashion. The links, like I was saying, you click the link on my YouTube or my eBay channel on the YouTube channel. I have my eBay links in the description. No matter what, if you click that link for 24 hours, anything you buy on eBay, I get commissions for the sales.
I think Dave's a good one. When he first quit his job, he did a really good video about all the different streams of income he had because people are like, you're making a mistake. What are you doing? And all that.
Dave's.
And he went through, YouTube and the promoted list, whatever, like you said, the advertising promoted sort of stuff where you get the cut. Things. He went through every single stream and all that. And he's like, I'm making just as much as what I was when I was working. That's why. Do you watch Retro Rick at all?
I have
the video
before.
game.
I don't watch him. Yeah. I don't watch him much.
Well, like he does all the YouTube and that. He bought a video game store and all that, and then he'll still talk about, well, I've got to go to my day job. It's like, kudos to the commitment, but I'd be out of there. He must really love his job, or he must be like a plastic surgeon or something, or I think he looks like a dental hygienist. Like whatever he's doing, he's getting like $200,000 a year or something to not quit that job. Like it'd be hard to walk away from your own game store to go work for someone else, but he still does it.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I love not clocking in. That's a huge thing, man. And I feel bad that my wife still has to do it, but she likes her job a lot too.
That's why my wife loves her job, so that's why she's going back to it, and I'm the one that's happily going to stay at home and work out day by day how it goes.
I'd be a stay-at-home dad. Yeah, I would not be able to run the business and watch Seth. No, I would not. Ping says, I accept all reasonable offers regardless if there's views or not. Brian, Ping disagrees with what you're doing, so I'm putting that out there. Jared says, go Chiefs. And we've got Tino saying, if eBay starts allowing live auctions for clothing like whatnot, would you do it? I know they do it now for cards. Yeah, I've heard they have select sellers that are doing the live auctions. I probably would not. So I handpick all my items, and it's like between 4 and, I don't know, maybe 5. Probably 4 is still the average buy cost when you add them all together. I don't think that's low enough. My items are not that fabulous, and I think a lot of people buying would be resellers trying to buy it for like $6 or whatever. So I'm not into it right now, and mainly because it's hard for me to acquire items. Like if I was able to acquire inventory faster, then I definitely would, but I have to commute to go find the good stuff. So I don't think I could manage it. Julie says, OMG, Tino, I would die laughing. Imagine the sellers. Ha, 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 ha. That must have been from earlier. I kind of forgot. They're going back and forth. I can only imagine trying to sell them a dirty shirt from the bins. Yeah, I don't sell dirty clothes. I don't shop the bins. I think the bins are pretty dirty. If I did, I'd probably wash like every single piece from there. From the racks, it's like so. Like every once in a while, an item gets put in the wash pile. But most of the time, they're pretty clean. Speaking of YouTube links,
the bins from afar, I agree with you. That I get that there's bargains and all that, but yeah, I'd rather there's a lot better ways over there to find stock than going through bloody the bins.
Yeah. Julie says, speaking of YouTube links, I wish you had a buy me the coffee link for your uploads. I would totally throw you a tip jar. Well, Julie, you can actually tip on the live or on comment. You can send money to me. It's not just buy me a coffee. I did have buy me a coffee, and I turned it off because I had like 2. But you can send money right now through the live stream. So do not let the coffee be the one thing that stops you from sending me cash. But I would rather have you send me something in my P.O. box. Just send me cash or a check, because then no fees are taken out. So go ahead and the P.O. box is in the link tree. Just send me something for Christmas. Or my son. He is 1 year old. Do not buy 12-month-old clothes, though, because he's way too chunky. He does not fit in 12-month clothes. But yeah. I do accept gifts. Thrift Trip in Miami, or Mimi says, I wash everything from the bins. I hope so. Shoe Shop Merchant says, buddy, what's up, David? How's it going, man? Yeah, just watch some football. Now we're running the live. And we got Nate from Australia, mate. Yeah, he's here hanging out, man. He wanted to jump on. And
Rocky, that's a bad accent.
Pretty bad.
I've heard worse. I've heard much worse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like Mick Dundee, is it Mick Dundee? Was he American or is he actually Australian?
He was Australian. Your best
Okay,
one
yeah.
is to go the old Steve Irwin. The crikey, isn't she beautiful?
Steve Irwin, yeah. I really wish the Stingray wouldn't have taken him out. Was it a Stingray?
I was actually like sourcing that day that it happened. I was in a pawn shop, and then it came over the radio. So true to character, I was literally sourcing on the day that news came out, and just the place just went dead silent, and everyone just started listening to the radio.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how certain events like that take the nation by storm or the world by storm, I guess. Because it's such a, like, of course, people say, like, where were you at during 9/11 is a big thing in the States. That's probably a huge thing in Australia. Like, where was Steve Irwin? Where were you when he died? I mean, all the stuff that he took on, you would think he'd be able to handle one of those, Julie putting my address in the chat. Thank you. Yeah, that's my P.O. box. Thank you. So, yeah, you can send me whatever you want. Cash is preferred. David is packing sales. Yeah, we're all packing right now. Some people listen to this while they ship items, and some listen while they list items. So I don't know if you guys saw the video or if you want to go watch it after this, but I uploaded it earlier today, and that was me just listing items. So a lot of times I just list items and I watch YouTube videos or listen to YouTube videos while I do it. Mainly like I have it on my phone underneath my monitor because I don't like having multiple computers all the time going. And then I don't like having another window on the computers that I'm listing. I like to have that just on listing, but I'll pop the phone on. And yeah, what I was saying was the one I uploaded, it was me just listing items. And then like it goes between the listing view of the eBay page, and then it goes back to me and then back to the page. So if you guys like that style or like if anything could be improved on it, let me know, because I think that's a pretty good video that I can make that brings a lot of my kind of like thoughts. Like right now it's definitely stream of conscious while I'm on the live, but I have a lot of it's different, right? Like I'm amped up. You got Nate here, you got 51 people watching. Like I'm kind of animated and amped up, but whenever I'm just on camera listing, I'm a little bit more calm and more of my thoughts kind of just like flow out a little bit better. So I want to kind of put those out there so you guys can kind of get an idea of, I think a lot of people wonder like, well, how do you do some of this stuff? And a lot of it is when you are able to buy back your time or just have time where you're just alone and you can kind of think, sometimes the world slows a little bit and you can really kind of figure out like, okay, what do I need to do? How do I do it? I think with the instant gratification, the stimulus we have all the time, I think that's a huge problem with society nowadays. I constantly am looking at my phone or checking my phone. Like, how many of you guys have gone like 24 hours without a cell phone? Like, very few, most likely. And I'm sure there's someone that's going to say, oh, yeah, I go without phones all the time. But I'm saying, like, I think I have a condition now where if I don't check my phone, my brain's going to explode. There's just so many things going on with it. But yeah. Soul Serenity, I like the name, says go Texans. Okay. Texans, actually, they are one of my favorite teams because they lost to the Patriots, meaning the Bears are probably going to get the first pick from Carolina because the Patriots were battling for that first overall pick. Jacob says, big ups, brother, just a few years younger than you, but I've been looking up to you and I'm breaking into the full-time picture, have over 1,000 items to list. It's amazing to see others living it. Awesome, man. Yeah, I think a lot of people have that like dream and aspirations to get there, but a lot of people don't understand how much work it actually takes.
That's my death pile. That whole wall is all stuff to list.
What size storage container are you in?
I'm in a 3-bay garage. We actually built it for another thing.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Did you say 3-bay garage?
Garage, yes.
Garage. Very nice.
Well, we actually built it. It was going to be the center of it.
What's the dimensions? And you could say it in meters because I'll.
Been a long time since I bought this. I'd say it's about 15 meters by 8 deep.
Yeah, I thought I would know it just by like osmosis, but I don't know what it is.
So you can park 3 cars comfortably. Oh, there's a sale.
I have a car. It's an oversized garage with one door, and it's 20 by 24. So I would assume that yours 3 is probably like, 28, maybe 30 by something. I don't know.
You want to see something you wouldn't think you'd see today?
If it's a kangaroo, I hope.
There's my pet cow.
A pet cow? Okay, nah, dude. I mean, I don't know if you know where I live in Texas, but yeah, we see cows, dude. Yeah, that's nothing.
He's like right there.
Well, that's true. That's true. Could you take
People say how many head of cattle you got? We say one head of cattle.
1 head of cattle. Is it a heifer? An F1 heifer?
It's a fixed boy, whatever they call them, a steer.
A steer. No balls.
He's got the horns though. My wife's car has taken the brunt of all his horns.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I never even thought about that. You're a pretty big dude. Could you take your cow if he tried to fight you, like charge you?
Oh no chance. He's about a ton and a half. He's taller than the horses.
Damn.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
His name's Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Oh shoot. Hey Nate, hold the chat. I gotta go check the door. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, g'day everyone. Yeah, as I was saying before, we actually built this. Well, it was a 3-car garage. It was initially built to actually, put cars in, but we were going to use it as well. This was originally the Frisbee golf shop because our home was a Frisbee golf course. But unfortunately, with the pandemic and things like that and cost of living and all that, it kind of went by the wayside. It's all still there. We might rebuild it again one day. But yeah, this was going to be, this was the disc golf store and the lounge and all that. And now it's reselling business.
Seth, say hi. Say hi to the camera. Say hi.
G'day.
Say good day. Say good day, mate. Say good day, mate. Got your pass.
Crikey.
Oh. Yeah, so they just came home and I didn't have the porch light or the Christmas lights on. So it was totally they were like, it's dark. What the heck? They couldn't even put their key in the thing. Yeah, this is Seth. Everybody, if you've seen him, he is my baby. He's my firstborn, my only child right now. So we're going to pass him back off. I'll come back on here and we're going to stay on probably another, I don't know, maybe half hour or so. And then got to keep packing items. Get this guy. He's going to have to get his dinner. I'm going to pass him back off to the mama. Oh.
I'm on a different live. The big seller.
Oh, there's your child. Oh, there's babies all over. Hello. Thing 1 and thing 2, right? Because you got the 2 of them.
Yeah, the one's passed out on the ground down there.
Holy cow, dude. You have a whole thing set up. Yeah, I can only imagine, man. The laundry, the amount of toys. Wow. All right, let's check out some of the comments here before I miss some of them. Been listening early, or listing now, packing. Very nice. Yeah, Tino says, sorry, but I'm bins for life. It is an understandably dirty and rough place all around, but it keeps the buy cost down, and the more persistent, the better the reward. Just found a Patagonia Better sweater. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Tino. I get what you're saying. Vintage 2000, 2003 Grateful Dead, all over print. I think this person's just talking about how awesome of a shirt they picked up, man. That's good. That's good to know. Thank you. They found a multi-$100 shirt. Swamp Picker says, "Hey Taylor, what's up, Swamp Picker man? Good to have you commenting and showing up."
That's Glenn, I think. It's Glenn, the Swamp Picker. Is that you, Glenn? Yeah. The other day, I actually came out of the house and I walked across the yard, and then I had something move beside me, and it was one of the top 3 deadliest snakes in the world.
What?
You don't need coffee after that.
Yeah, you're living in a place where a lot of things can take you out, right?
Yes. I'm pretty sure it's Glenn though. Pretty sure. I'm not looking at the chat.
Okay, yeah. It's he's got sunglasses and one of those old school hats that have the rope thing kind of in front and the big patch, like a trucker hat.
Yeah. If he's not Glenn, he's friends with someone called Glenn, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what else we got. Yeah, oops, wrong text box. I'm pretty sure you're just bragging, no bragging. Have y'all seen the Zoom bomber videos where they say It's so bad. Like these young guys troll these people, but they always say no bragging in these groups, and people are like, "What do you mean no bragging?" They're like, "No bragging, please, please, no bragging." And they just like it's like they just push people's buttons until they get kicked out. Pink says, "I never turn on my cell phone unless I plan to make a phone call." Wow. Okay.
No, I
Well,
never get phone calls. What
that's
are
a good
phone calls?
point. How do people call unless so you only call out. You don't accept calls unless that window of you calling out somebody calls. I understand, Ping. A little different, but hey, I get you. Julie Sims says, "Can we talk about some theories on listings? I have a few. No one else finds this stuff fascinating in my 24/7." Laugh out loud. Yeah, what do you want to talk about, Julie? Oh, wait, here's your comment. Sorry. I had my garage open the other day, all the way open, and people were pulling over asking me if I was having a garage sale. I rarely open it up all the way. That's a very good point to make because I'm the same way. I do not open my garage door very often, only when I'm bringing the listed boxes to the warehouse. I'll open it, but I don't do it for that exact reason. I don't want people seeing all the racks of clothes and stuff. But when you do have a garage sale, hey, that can draw them in, right?
We don't get. Last time we tried a garage sale, I think we had 20 people through the day, and then I'll go to one small, terrible one in town, and there'll be 20 people there at the same time, and it's like, but there's nothing here.
Yeah.
They don't want to drive the 5 minutes out to see us.
Yeah, you're out a little ways with that cow. I can't imagine that's city limits.
Well, we're 5 minutes from the CBD.
From the what, BD?
CBD, like from the little town that we're in. Like in 5 minutes, I'm at the post office or the grocery store. 3 minutes, I'm at 24-hour McDonald's. Like we're not.
Yeah, so you're at a really good spot. So do y'all have city limits where you can't have cows?
As long as your property use is for that, you're right.
So you can be smack dab in the middle of the city with a little micro.
If you've got enough space for it, sure, yeah.
Dude, that's incredible. Now we have one family in this town that has like horses and stuff because they have a giant plot of land, and I think they're either one of the founding families or just like a really wealthy family that's able to do that. But no, we can't have no cows in my backyard. No, you can't even have.
We're on 37 acres, so
37 acres, dude. That's tremendous.
Well, the property's net. We bought it 9 years ago, and it's more than doubled in value. Quite.
Yeah, it makes
quite
sense.
A bit more than that. So because we bought 37 acres and we're 5 minutes away from a town, so.
Yeah, that's a good investment for sure, man. Your kids will be thanking you. Or grandkids.
As long as they're thanking me and not selling it.
Do what?
It's a legacy. It's staying in the family. This is our home now for our tribe. They can split it and both have half of it, but
yeah, that's awesome, man. I did sell a pair of swim trunks. So a lot of people ask if I buy that year round. Yes, I absolutely do, and it sells year round too. So.
That's one thing that I've never. I think I've seen. Have you occasionally wear like Quicksilver or Billabong or something hats? I think in videos I've seen you wear Quicksilver.
I don't wear.
Or I'm thinking of someone else. But like Quicksilver, like the board shorts, the swimming shorts, and all that. They're one thing that I've tried over and over again to sell, and they never seem to get good money. Even though you can walk into a surf shop, they're like $60 to $80. So you think the margin is there, but it's.
I know exactly what you're saying, Nate. And when it comes to clothing, like the retail price of clothing doesn't necessarily mean it's good to resell. That one only sold for $18. So it's not a lot of
one thing I have on board shorts is that people worry about the fact they're used in salt water. So they want to buy new because of deterioration. Oh, I can't even talk today, but you know, they're going to break down a lot quicker. That's my only theory on board shorts, why they don't sell.
I mean,
I want to hear this lady's theories. Where's she gone?
Julie's theories. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what her theory was about listings. I think if you do it every day, you have a much better shot of getting the sale. Miss Tempting Treasures gave a little heart there. Swamp Picker says about 11 a.m. there. Yeah. Seth is so adorable. He's getting big. Yeah, Seth's a trooper, man. He's able to walk pretty well now, and he's chunky. He's chunky for sure. Sell to sell, ex-prisoner. Thanks for all the content. It's helped me a lot. Your fellow Texan friend. Right on, brother. I like having Texans around, man. Miss Tempting Treasure says she looks like my granddaughter, talking about Nate's kiddos. OMG cute. Yeah, we threw the babies. We got double the babies in the live today. That's actually a first. It's a channel first, man. 2 babies in one live.
I'm watching the game in the corner here. I'm just really worried the Buffalo Bills are going to go up by 3 points with like a minute, whatever to go, and then it's going to be 17 seconds or whatever, bloody again. If like the Bills are the only team that they just pull defeat from the jaws of victory every week.
No, it's been like that for them, and the Chiefs are like the one team that can score in 30 seconds. You know.
Yep. 2017 with a minute 54 to go.
Yeah, I can't do anything when the game's on. I have to full focus.
I'm better off not watching it, or else I'm going to have a heart attack because the Bills are just there.
Yeah.
My doctor would tell me, don't watch those guys. That's just bad for your health.
Probably. Tempting Treasures is talking about what she found at the bins. 3 pairs of Sorel boots, 2 pairs of Uggs, 2 pairs of Fry, a Hunter, Free People, J. Jill, and some other boots. Wow. That must have been a really
I'm
good
sure there's good stuff at the bins, but it's the trawling through them to find it all is that I'm not interested in.
Yeah. Pink says, just received a package shipped U.S. UPS SurePost. The post office is delivering on Sundays. Yeah, and in the States, they've been delivering on Sundays for a while now. I was very surprised when they went to Saturday, Sunday shipping. And it's just, and it's one of those things. The demand for shipping's gone up. So they put the cost on the people shipping, and then they put the stress on their workers, So it's a thing, man. Pink says, oh, you have a landline. I see. So you don't use their cell phone. Gotcha. Miss Tempting Treasure says, holiday USPS now deliver packages on Sundays, but not regular mail. Oh, okay, so just holidays. I swear they ship all the time, it seems like, though. Julie says, here's your theory. All right, Julie. It says setting up listings as scheduled listings to upload while you're sleeping is a good thing. eBay likes constant activity, so during the 8 hours overnight, you're awake and uploading. Yeah, I don't look into it too much.
I've never scheduled a listing in my life. If the listing's ready to go, I list it.
Yeah, I draft them out and then I post 30 whenever I decide to post. Now, I'll tell you this. I used to post them every morning at like around the same time, And then I started other things would happen, or like I didn't have the photos done. But when I would do that batch at night, say it was like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m., I would still get a bunch of like offers and sales overnight. So I don't know how true it is. It's similar for YouTube as well. So if I put a YouTube video out during prime time, it's like most of my viewers are off work watching, so they have a better shot of them watching. But also during prime time, a bunch of big channels and popular things are happening. That's why they call it prime time. So I was like, well, maybe I should list or publish the video in the morning and get everybody who's just kind of like doesn't have anything else to watch. But for my knowledge and from my experience, I don't think it necessarily matters the time all that much. I think a lot of it is just the consistency of doing it. David,
you want to see my best sale of the weekend?
Yeah, David, I'm talking about the Pattersons. That's what I was talking about. Yep.
This was my best sale of the weekend.
What was it?
I found, 11 of these, the old Bionicles, complete in the box, like they're not sealed or anything.
Oh, I see.
$3 each.
Yeah.
$3 each for 11 of them. $220. Not even people didn't even make an offer. Paid full price.
Crazy,
I got to clean them up though. They're very dusty.
I remember those as a kid. I never had the Bionicles, but I remember my friends having them and stuff. That's crazy. Do you ever think you listed it too low when it's a full price sale right off the rip?
Oh no, it took about 3 months to sell though, so it wasn't an overnight one. I'm just surprised the people didn't send an offer. I probably would have easily accepted $150 if they sent an offer. So.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just the obscurity of the item that needs that person that wants them all, the collector or whatever. You got a bin full of board shorts. They've been sitting around for over a year. They could be priced too high. I found a bunch for $250 this week. A lot of times board shorts will be on sale during the winter time, so you can get them for like really cheap. And I mean, $250 into 18, like I'll do that all day long. Nope, we got all mail today. Was quite surprised. Yeah, the mail, they're just pumping them out. Julie says, oh, enough XY data frame to create an experiment. I'll let you know what happens. Wow. Yeah, run your experiment. That'd be cool. I'm not one to use my resources for that. but I would be interested to see if there's any correlation between sales and when you list. I just think there's so many items out in the world and stuff that it's tough to kind of really understand what eBay's doing. Like, I do know whenever I used to ship items, say it was like super late, that's a pretty good one, the red, white, and blue, just because it's like USA.
These are actually a collab. They do it with like the Australian football, so they're actually like in the colours of the football team. So I found these cheap, and yeah, they've been sitting, but I thought they were awesome. Yeah, being that they're from a football team.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, it kind of narrows it down to just that team, though, too.
Yeah, that's one thing you always got to think of. But then the people that follow those teams are very fanatical, like especially the AFL, like their stuff. I've rarely sit on that, especially the jerseys for AFL. And then also some of my biggest sales ever have been the vintage of the NRL jerseys. They sell really well. Like
okay.
I had one, the guy, he transferred to a new team. That 1 year he won like the MVP, and they only had that they have sponsorships in Australian jerseys. They only had that sponsor for 1 year, so people could see the number, see the sponsor on it, so they knew that it was one of like his jersey from the 1980s, and he won the MVP that year. So that instantly sold for like $350. I did a little short video on it when I found it, actually, because build up your relationships, because this was a thrift store in a very small country town about an hour away from us. Maybe I think it's 300 people population, town called Texas, actually. And they had literally put aside a whole bag of jerseys and that for me, knowing that I'd come and I'd buy them all. So, and when people do that, if there's junk in there, still buy it. Like
right.
People put stuff aside. If you walk into a thrift store that they know you and they say, "Oh, we put this aside for you. We thought you'd like it," unless it's complete trash, always buy it. Always buy it.
Well, I'll look through them. So I have one in Oklahoma up north that they'll hold stuff for me. And I go maybe once a quarter. Like, I probably should go more, but they just don't have many good thrift stores. And they'll say, "Hey, I know you buy this. I was holding it." And, it's just like so stuff. But then every once in a while, there'll be like a $50 item or something. So,
so I never want to discourage them. So I'll always, unless it's complete trash, I'll buy half of it or something.
Pay cash, right? Cash is king.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
We actually went back and bought that guy a big expensive lottery ticket as a thank you, because it sold right
like
away.
Scratcher? That's cool.
No, like the lottery, the Powerball type one.
Oh, the Powerball? Oh, I don't like this. I'm not big on this.
Oh.
So we got this is the guy talking about the board short. Says, "I'm just going to put them at cost next spring." Yeah, I mean, it depends what you're selling, man. A lot of them don't sell for much, and Nate said it. A lot of people want brand new board shorts because that's right up on somebody's like junk, right? So I can see why, but I sell them used a lot. Though. JNS Resale says, "What do you think of the winter market for jean shorts?" The jean short market in general is kind of tough. I know a lot of those dad videos probably increase the value of those New Balances and jean shorts, but
I have a theory that half of the jean shorts market is John Cena cosplayers.
That's true too. You could put Halloween maybe, but yeah, I put
I'd write
jorts
John Cena in the title.
Yeah, I put jorts there as well, but I don't really think about markets of items really. I just I buy what I've sold in the past. I look up things that I'm unfamiliar with, and then if I see any sales, anything over 20% sell-through rate, I pretty much pick up if it's profitable. So
that's one. Do you watch Jesse? Do you watch Jesse from Thrift School?
No.
His channel's Thrift School. He's been around. He's one of the OGs actually, and he's one of those. I think Chase is also one that says it from Chase After the Right Price and all that. Is when you're doing it long enough, you learn to see the things that you don't see every day. Especially like I sell DVDs, video games, and all that. So you'll be looking through, and half the time I'm pulling out stuff because it's obscure. I haven't seen that. And generally it means that they might have been on DVD for a very limited time, or like a smaller company brought it out, so it wasn't listed. It wasn't for sale in major box retailers or anything. So the biggest thing you can do is just scan, and learn, because the amount of things you pick up, and you're like one time I sold a pair of 90s hemp jeans. And they were one of my best sales ever, because we actually found two pairs, like black and a blue, in the same size and all that. And like they were an easy sell because they're like the vintage hemp clothes, especially jeans and that, because then they're the baggy skater jeans and all that. That's the market they want. You know, like what are you wearing? Oh, these are a pair from the 90s. Like that's
Yeah. Yeah,
that's as
it's
retro
on
throwback
trend.
as you can get.
And then another thing that happens is, say like Lululemon's a prime example. They're one of the first ones I can remember to come out with that type of material with the button with no logo on the front. Well, guess what? There's a lot of other brands that are kind of unheard of that have that same style, and they're just as valuable. Like, you know, Built is one that's similar to that. The Jack Archer's kind of similar. I mean, there's different ones out there. There's even a Kirkland one and a George one that are similar, and those aren't good. But what I'm saying is, like, if it kind of like seems like a good item and you're not sure, just like Nate said, scan it, look it up. It's gonna increase like your knowledge, because if you think you're gonna sell the same stuff for the next 10 years or 20 years, like, it's not gonna happen. This stuff's very, I wouldn't call it volatile, but it definitely changes in the years.
People fall into that trap because they want it to be fun. Like, I'd love to just sell video games and sports cards. I'd love to be able to do that, but especially being in a lot smaller market here, like I said earlier, anything with a barcode, that's what I'm looking for. And like one thing I like to do too, like for me, it's you ever heard of value adding? Like they do it at supermarkets where they'll chop up items for stir fries.
You add something like you add a peppermint or whatever. You know, you add a controller in a game to a game system to really help.
So
that kind of
in
thing.
Australia, we've got our own companies that do like really cheap grading for cards. So this, you know, it's a $2 Jiaropack card. I spend $9 getting it graded, and then these will sell for $30, $40, $50 all day, depending on your grade. So you're value adding. So you're always looking at these opportunities. I've got to send off another lot, but I'm sort of a bit reluctant at the moment because one person I invested heavily in is old Josh Giddey. So I'm holding off on him for a little while until the smoke clears on that hole. I've got some and I think I paid $2 each for them, but they're his best rookie card that they'll, you know, once they're graded, if they get 10s and all that, they'll be, you know, easily $50. So you always look for opportunities to value add. Like another small thing I do is like DVD box sets. If they're ones that I'll look at them and be like, okay, well, no one's going to pay the shipping on that because they're thicker and all that. So a lot of the times I'll actually condense them down into one case. So I've got heaps of like 4, 5, 6 disc ones, and I'll actually take like a three season set, condense it down into one, keep all the artwork in there so people can expand it back out if they want. And it's just a way to sort of, okay, well, it's not very saleable at its full size, but at a compact size it might be. So always look at
that might be good. It'd be tough for me because I know if my wife bought a set, she wants all that. She wants it all neat and orderly. Like she'd be pissed if she got that. But I get what you're saying.
I'm knocking $5 off the price for it. So I'm side by side in the listings and all that. Someone's got it for $25 and I've got it for $20.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No, I hear you, dude. I hear you.
Difference.
All right, Nate, go ahead and sign off. Go ahead and tell everyone if you want anyone to follow you or you just want to say like, see you later. I really appreciate having you on, man. Go Bill.
Bills won.
Bills Mafia.
Oh my gosh.
Best of luck to you with the
I'm going to sign off. Go Bills for once. 7-6, baby. Back in the hunt. See you.
In the hunt, man. Take it easy, man. Later. Excellent. Just had Nate on. So good to have people of the show. I think I want to start bringing people on Sundays. You know, if you feel camera ready or whatever, you just want to talk, chat. I think it's good to get other people's perspective on how they're doing this. And it was great to have them. So we'll run through a couple of these comments and then I'm going to have to sign off pretty soon. We have Julie's talking about terror peak, constant sell through on jean shorts, no peaks and valleys and selling pattern. So Julie's all about the data and analytics. 18 plus ship. Very nice. Bill buys, wow, I've had 5 sales since I started watching your live. Kind of goes to show you should probably keep watching and continue watching the channel. David says, bah, ha, ha, ha. Might be talking about the jean shorts. Andy So Meta says, Sean, yo, what's up, man? Glad to have you in. We got Chance saying, I watched a couple TikTok videos about winter fashion trends, and it led me to purchase a blazer, and the blazer sold within 24 hours of listing. A little research goes a long way. That is a sweet, it's a sweet thing to like have a plan, follow the plan, and execute. So really nice there. JNS Research says, cool, because I ran into a hemp shirt new tags at the bins, didn't know what the market was offhand. Yeah, no, hemp's one of those materials that I haven't seen a lot of hemp stuff, but yeah, I could imagine it would be good. David says, I'm out. I got to hit the post office before you get there. Yeah, I'll load up those bins if you don't go there first. Julie says, talking to Chance, the other side of the trends are textile value, actual cloth things are made of. Harris tweed is a classic example. I can spot Harris tweed a quarter mile away. I said Harris tweed a quarter mile away, and I'll pay up for that. Very nice. Thomas Taylor, how do you fit 15 by 12 poly bags in your 30 by 8 by 8 storage bags? Because like these bags, even like a pair of jeans, like it'll tighten down, right? So it's just a matter of squeezing them in the box, you know? Not everything's a perfect fit. Sometimes they're too high and you just kind of push them down and put them in the rack. Yeah. Swamp Picker says, bye. Thanks for you coming on, Swamp Picker. Nate from We Are Family, good chat. I wasn't camera ready, hence the cap. Like, hey, it's all good, brother. You did great. I really appreciate that. I'm really glad you came on. It made it a lot more entertaining than what it usually is, and I hope everyone got some good information from a full-time seller like yourself, man. Soul Serenity Lifestyle says, first time watching you live, and I enjoyed it while shipping stuff. Time went fast. That's pretty much it. Now, I didn't get as much stuff shipped as usual. I didn't talk about as many of the items because we had Nate on, but I hope everyone that was in the live enjoyed the live. I hope everyone that's rewatching the live, you know, enjoyed the live as well. I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to sign off here, but I had a really good time. So best of luck to everyone during the week. Victory Monday. The Bears, we won Monday. We won today. Tomorrow's another win. All week's going to be good until we lose. But hopefully we win out. So it'll be a good end of the season. I'll catch you guys next time.